Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel and Arit here, and
Hello.
welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 84.
Yes, welcome everybody to another Thursday Mastermind live stream. My name is Arit, for those of you who don't know, and this is Jewel, and we are founders of Essetino Media, where we help you create profitable content. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're used to coming in and dropping by every single Thursday, welcome back. We're happy to have you here. We typically host these live streams every Thursday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern, to hang out with a group of like-minded creators and entrepreneurs, to share each other's wins, to encourage each other to work on things that, maybe we have questions about. So this is the space here for you to do so. So welcome, and we'll say hello to some people.
And while we're doing that, why don't you share your wins for the week? We like to start off with the energy with sharing the wins. So I'm just making sure that this is live. Did you put it in the Creative Business Success Facebook group?
Yeah, I just got a notification for it.
Oh, okay. It's in there?
All right, guys, so share your wins with us. How has your week been? Let us know what's something that you're proud of checking off your list, that you're proud of getting done, that went well. Please do share it with us in the comments while we say hello to some people.
All right, so we've got Lisa in the house. Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
Hi, Lisa.
Happy to have you on the stream. And we've got Teddy B in the house. Hey, Teddy.
Hi, Teddy. How's it going?
Hey, Rye. How's it going?
Awesome. Hello, hello.
And we've got Roland in the house.
Hi, Roland. How's it going?
Timothy. Peter.
And Peter. Hello.
From Australia.
Very cool. What time is it in Australia, Peter?
It's probably really early.
It's like the opposite, yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Is it true that the bug situation is crazy and you have to check your shoes?
You probably get used to it, or maybe you don't.
I've got Phil in the house. How's your office going?
Yes, I remember from last week that you wanted to, by this time in the week, actually get to start working in your new office. So let us know, did you get to do that? And Timothy, thank you so much for the super sticker. We really appreciate that.
Right off the bat. Thank you, Timothy.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we've got City Gold Real Estate Investors Investors Media. Hello, welcome back. Cool Cap. Thank you. Yes. So I do like the Nike brand. If I'm to wear a sports brand, it's usually Nike. I don't typically wear other brands, but I want to get the purple one of this. My mom got this hat in Winnipeg one time when she was there, and it's a running cap, so it's super light.
Is it the same plum purple? Like the same color as this?
I think that I saw the version that was lavender, but I'm okay with that.
Nice.
Timothy, starting things off with intense positive energy.
Yes.
All right, so it's 1 p.m. Friday. So you're in the future.
Yes. I love the magical glow. That's awesome.
That's actually one of my favorite emojis. Oh, where is it? There.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear, Teddy. Excellent. So
Win
it's
for
finally
Teddy.
going up. So it's been plateauing most recently and then slightly going up again this past month. That's great to hear. Share your wins with us, guys, in the comments. I'll also share some of ours too. Lisa says, I had to watch this live stream because I was very sad this week.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I did read up there about your cat. I'm sorry to hear about that. Hopefully you will be able to keep your cat, and I'm sorry to hear that's happening. And, hopefully the energy and the high vibes will make you feel better.
Yeah. I know, a lot of people have said they just come to these every single Thursday to just be around positive energy, a positive space. So nice, Phil.
Oh, your office is all done. How does it look? How does it feel? Do you feel like you have more of a creative energy or just more energy in general in the new place.
Yeah, because you took it out on a test drive, right? You started working in it. Let us know how it went. My CF Moto Side Rider channel has reached the required watch time and at 633 subs. Nice, Roland. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, the real estate investing channel that I manage, they just hit 1,800 subscribers, but they still need 400 watch hours, and it keeps, it's like staying steady at 3,595. It like goes up and down like 10 hours or so, and they're just like stuck at that. And I'm like, they're already about to reach, 2,000 subscribers, but they haven't gotten their watch time up yet. So I'm hoping to get that going.
Roland, from the last live stream, you said that you wanted to get more into live streaming. Have you done any new live streams since then? I think that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, let us know. And I know that's one of your goals, is to get more into at least a once a week live stream.
Mm-hmm.
My channel's doing okay, but I have problems with my channel set up. It's all over the place.
Do tell us more.
Yeah, tell us more about that. What are some of the challenges you're experiencing with?
And Timothy's saying, praying for your cat, Lisa. Yes, sending positive energy for that. Creating video is 1% better than last week. I've actually noticed that your videos are getting better from the very first video. Before, your audio was crazy, it was super loud, like the audio meters were super high. And then I mentioned, hey, next time, bring it down a bit, maybe bring the microphone a little further away, maybe change the microphone. And now it's like, it sounds so much better now, and I can see the progress that you're making.
That's awesome, Monica. It's and that 1% getting better with your video every single week, it never really goes away. Like if you're truly enjoying creating the videos and it's like a creative process for you, you always are, going to figure out new ways of improving things, of doing things differently, of adding more fun visuals, whatever it might be. So it's just a start to a great journey as a YouTuber for you.
Mm-hmm. Timothy says, I listened to an amazing book called The 5 a.m. Club. Its profound effect on my life this week. I've heard. I didn't know it was an actual book. I've heard of people saying, oh, I joined the 5 a.m. club, meaning they wake up at 5 a.m. And I've always said like, oh, that's too early for me. But I am making an effort to wake up earlier these days. So are you part of the 5 a.m. club now? Are you waking up at 5 a.m.? And give us a couple bullet points on what your takeaways were. I'll check it out on Audible. It's probably on Audible. I'm currently listening to a book called Captivate, and I was wanting to listen to the new Tony Robbins book about health, Life Force, but I do have some extra credits. So let me know about that book.
So Timothy, has the book itself given you a profound effect just learning from it, or you're actually waking up now at 5 a.m.? And that has had a profound effect.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Peter Dell says, unless you have 1,000 or more videos, it's a waste of time making YouTube as a living, as it pays peanuts. We would have to disagree with that, because I've seen channels of all sizes, whether they have the 1,000 subscribers, whether they don't, less than 5,000 subscribers. In particular, the channel that we manage, it's a real estate investing channel. They had 1,500 subscribers, so 1,500 subscribers, and they made a 5-figure sale off of their videos, off of a video that had less than 100 views. It's all about how you position yourself, what you want from the channel, and I can tell you that YouTube can pay you very nicely, both with Google ad revenue and off of Google ad revenue. And we've seen it happen. I recently had a coaching call with Tracy from Tracy from Little Garden on the Prairies. She's a gardening channel in Saskatchewan, Canada. So it's a channel about gardening, about planting seeds. Very simple. I mean, she's just planting seeds in milk jugs, nothing crazy. And her channel is doing over $100 a month now. And it just started. Like it literally just started. It's all about, if you really want to earn money from your channel and making those tweaks, it's all about the foundation, in my opinion. And we talk about this exact same thing. Like we have a goal to like get people 100 people to $1,000 a month with their YouTube channel, either through Google ad revenue, selling their own products or services. It's totally doable.
Peter, there's actually a few people in this room, like in this live stream room, that are examples that, with less than 1,000 videos, and they're making some good monthly revenue from their channel. So yeah, it just comes down to knowing what those foundations are. I will say that, systemizing your content creation and releasing it consistently on the channel does play a key factor. I think you're saying, like, unless you have, like, volume matters. So it matters to stay consistent with it, because that money will eventually roll in if you are staying consistent and you're, constantly improving your content, and you have a way to be found, which we talk as well a lot about YouTube SEO on this channel. That's like our number one way that we use to grow our channel. And we have a full course on it. And that's just something we talk about all the time. Like, we don't have any viral videos on this channel, and we don't, do paid advertising like YouTube ads or anything like that. It's just all through SEO and people finding our videos, not right away, but every single video is out there working for us to bring people back. So it's like each video is an asset working for you. And as long as you're providing value and you have those call to actions to make money in those videos, it's going to start to stack. Every single video will stack for that monthly revenue.
Each channel is different. First, you need to answer, what do you want this channel to do for you? Do you want just to build a big audience? Do you want it to become a business? Do you want it to make money for you? And I can tell you that you don't need a lot of subscribers to do that. It's all about the monetized view, for sure. Like, if you are creating monetized views, you can definitely get more Google ad revenue coming in. Like, we've mentored channels and coached channels where, their income stream is coming from channel memberships, or the chat donations, or it's from Google ad revenue, or it's from selling their own products or services. Each channel has a different strategy on making money, because each channel is talking about different things. So let us know what your channel is all about.
Timothy says, I've gotten up before 6 a.m. each and every day this week while going to bed earlier.
Oh, I have.
Nice. I've doubled my productivity and I have more time freedom. So you really have made that shift.
I was watching a video by Alex Hermosi, who makes like over $1 million a week. Yeah, I said that, $1 million a week. And he's a pretty casual guy. Like, if you watch his YouTube channel, it's called Alex Hermosi. He's super, like, he just has a webcam and his audio is horrible, but he just keeps it real. And he was saying, the ability to wake up early can be a game changer. And I think we kind of all know that, but he really emphasized the day before. He's like, the way you're able to get your day going is from the night before, not like right when you wake up at that moment. It's the planning that you did, and it's going to sleep at a certain time. Yeah. And you do need to find your times, because everybody has these different times that they work well at. Like he said he knows people that work through graveyard, like start at 10 p.m. and work until 6 a.m. and then they sleep in the afternoon. Like, everybody has these, and they're millionaire. And so it matters. You need to find what works best for your system. But I am wanting to wake up earlier. Not sure if I'm wanting to wake up at 5, but for sure at the 7 and possibly 6:30 time range.
Just to add to that too, there was I think you listened to this as well, like a Tom Bilyeu an interview, a podcast where he had a sleep expert on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how it's not necessarily the number of hours that you get that will make you feel like refreshed and you had a good sleep. And yes, they talked about like the importance of deep sleep and your time spent in like delta or whatever it is, right? Certain frequency of sleep waves. But they also said it matters like the time period. So you going to sleep at 12 a.m. and waking up at 8 a.m. is not going to necessarily feel the same as going to sleep at 11 p.m. and waking up at 7 a.m. And when I heard that, I started testing out different times of going to bed and seeing the differences. And it's huge. It's so huge. And now, like, I try to go to bed. It's like I'll usually go to bed at midnight, but I try to go to bed at 11:30 because that allows me to wake up at 7 feeling fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just so interesting that just like that shift of moving it over, it's not about the number of hours. It really makes a difference. So you just kind of sometimes need to play around with those time slots.
Phil says in his new office, I'm feeling motivated because I know that I have a space to go and focus. It's so useful. It's a game changer when you have a dedicated space, for sure. Because I remember used to work at different coffee shops around the city here in Vancouver, and it was always the luck of the draw if you were going to get a seat and if you were going to be near a plug and or if the washrooms were going to be okay. So it was always like a toss up, and we had like a rotation of coffee shops, and I'm pretty glad that you don't have to depend on going to coffee shops anymore. I'll still go to them, and we can actually choose really specific ones now that we'd like to go to. But I personally didn't like it when we had to switch around all the time.
I don't know if that's a big thing in other cities, like the culture here in Vancouver, like everyone works from a coffee shop. You'll walk into a coffee shop and for sure you'll see laptops all set up and people just working on their laptops. But I don't know if it's the same
in other countries.
Yeah, probably not in other cities. Yeah.
Rye says, totally disagree, Peter. Keep working at it. You would be surprised how much you can make with a tenth of what you're saying. Yep, he's totally right. And we've seen it with, I've seen big channels with 300,000 that are not making the same amount that, let's say, Roland's channel, getting it done north of 7. Like he's making $1,000 a month. I think even before he hit 5,000 subscribers, and he's a how to fix it channel. So fixing things around the home in his garage, and he's making $1,000 a month in Google ad revenue. Could you imagine when he introduces other forms of income, let's say merch, and I believe he's also doing affiliate marketing, but if he had other products, it's really endless what you can do with your YouTube channel.
Nice. Roland says I did 2 live streams on the channel. I haven't felt like doing a live stream this week.
That's fine. Sometimes we don't feel like it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's just you got to get the muscle going, right? Just get used to doing a few of them. And then from there, you can decide whether it's something that you want to do on an ongoing basis.
Peter says, my channel is about Australian tourist attractions and Australian animals, and I have some classic music. It's all mixed. And one video has over 300,000 views. That's amazing. That's really cool. Did you also just wanted to mention within doing Google ad revenue, there's specific tactics and techniques that can be done to your videos. Has that video made you money? The 300,000 views?
And Peter, do you take people through the tourist attraction and like you talk to them on camera, you explain certain things to them, or it's more of like just like features of different attractions, images played to music, that kind of thing? Tell us more about your content.
Yeah, I'm on your channel right now.
All right. Timothy says, I do more before 9 a.m. than I did more the end of the night. Yes, absolutely. I get way more done in the morning. I never used to. And it was because like I didn't find that groove. I didn't have a system, a routine of planning my day the night before and then, setting up the day in the morning as well. So that's huge. I'm so glad you found that, Timothy. I'm tempted to read it too, but I have like 2 books that I just got that I have not started reading yet, so I need to catch up.
Phil says, I wake up and go to sleep at random times. I just make sure that I get enough sleep, then it really doesn't bother me. That works for me as I'm not good at sticking to times. So yeah, like everybody's different. I don't think there's one plan or system for everybody. Everybody's different. You have to find what's best for you.
Raven reviews.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out now. Who knows? Maybe I will be waking up. Let's see here. Lisa says, I'm going to start doing my diamond painting again. I ordered 2 new ones. Yeah, I'm still working on that really big one, the purple tiger, Lisa. It's pretty huge, and I don't have that much free diamond painting time, so I'm wanting to finish a couple of other projects and then spend at least a half an hour a day doing that. I think that's doable for me at this point. But I do really enjoy it, and it's like huge. The one that I got, way bigger than what I usually get, so it's taken me a long time.
What were the images of, Lisa?
Yeah.
Which ones did you get?
Roland says, Peter, I have 308 videos and have been averaging 1K a month in ad revenue for almost a year now. Exactly. I know it's so awesome. We love to use Roland as an example because he's like a complete sponge when it comes to YouTube education, learning. He got really good really fast, and he failed forward fast. He put himself out there, changed the thumbnails, learned SEO, did how-to tutorials, which do really well. And yeah, he's reaping the rewards. And he's going to be now doing that with a second channel about his side-by-side rider, the 4x4.
My content is good drone work in scenic Australia areas. Quality is very good, yet it doesn't get noticed. I SEO and write great descriptions.
Okay. Well, we'd have to take a deeper dive into it.
So I will say the amount of time that you spend on a video and the production quality of the video unfortunately, does not determine the performance of the video.
I know people want it.
Keep that in mind. I know it's like a hard pill to swallow. You want your best, what you feel is your best produced and best production videos to do really well, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. So, maybe, and I don't know if this is something that you do struggle with, let me know. Are you releasing videos consistently on the channel? Or you're just kind of, creating a video, releasing it whenever, and then whenever you get to producing your next video, you'll throw it up. Because consistency combined with that SEO work is really, really important. It basically, among other things, it trains YouTube to see your channel as an authority in this area if you're doing the SEO correctly, if people are engaging with the video. So that's really important.
Like I see, you're titling. I'm just going to do like a basic thing here. I'm looking at your channel. I see that you're titling for what it is, and you're kind of just saying like it. For example, there's a train and it's called the Puffing Billy Steam Train, right? And it's like, I will say that there is no hook. You are saying exactly what it is, but it's not, it's like, do people need to see this? It's like, you need to ride the Puffy Billy Steam Train or must see something like that first. And thumbnails are okay because there's no text or anything on them, so that's fine. I will say that your description is too much of a like an essay, because the fact is that most people are just going to glaze over. Let's see if we can get this.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Most people are just going to glaze over that amount of text. In today's day and age, people want the information quick and they want it visually appealing. I always tell people to use emojis to make it more visually appealing. Put what you want at the top. What do you want? I would create a donation, buy me a coffee link and say, hey, did you appreciate, that I went out and I created this video for you? If you do, let me know by, buying me a coffee or whatever. And you'd be surprised. People do appreciate it, and people will buy coffees and donate and stuff. Another thing is, I would say the name of your channel. I know that the name of your channel is your name, but when you said it's about Australian tourist attractions, I think you should definitely put that in the title of your channel. Make it more appealing so that potentially your channel comes up in search, best Australian tourist attraction, something like that. Because when you see just Peter Dell, you're not going to associate that with a Australian tourist attraction. So there's little things here and there to definitely tweak, but I will say keep working at it, because you can, and there are lots of people on here make very good money on YouTube.
Great tips.
All right, we got Jojo in the house. Hey, Jojo.
Hello. How has your week been, Jojo? I started doing my diamond painting again. I just ordered one. I realized I ordered you ordered a duplicate?
I know. Don't you hate when that happens, when you're like, wait a minute, I already had that item?
Yes, Roland. So Roland says, over the years, I notice when I sleep 9 hours, I don't feel as refreshed. Yeah, you gotta. It's like it's like a combination lock, right? You gotta really find and dial in what combination works for you, like what time to go to bed, what time you go to sleep, how many hours is good enough, and you just have to kind of keep testing.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do split. I have split tested my sleep times to see what works. Like, honestly, it does. It has a huge effect on productivity, just like Timothy said.
You have to keep testing out and find what works for you in all things. All right. Prime hours for Teddy B are 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yeah, you're an early bird. You were in the Army, right? So you're probably used to. I had I guess bad memories with waking up early. I've mentioned this before, but I used to work at Starbucks, and it was my second official job. My first was McDonald's, and I had to open the store. I had to open the Starbucks store. It was this one that was near the airport and was near the casino. So it needed to open up really early. It opened at like 4:15 in the morning, at like 4:30, something like that. And I had to wake up at 3:30, and I lived like relatively close to it at the time, and I would literally wake up like 20 minutes beforehand and just like go in.
That's like really rough. Don't do that.
And then I would work until noon, and then I'd get off work at noon. But then, even though I still had the whole day, I was completely so dead and so tired. I didn't really want to do much. I just wanted to lay down afterwards. And then by the time you wake up, it's like time to go to sleep, because you need to wake up again.
Yeah. If you don't get enough sleep, it can really ruin your entire day.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. It really is. It's so underrated. The ad revenue earning has shocked me as well. Still does now. Yeah. It's not the norm, right? When you start to watch all of those videos about YouTube earnings from other creators, you really get to see, like, relative to where you're at and where they're at with a much bigger audience, And it's shocking, but that's exactly what we teach, and it's worked for our channel too. And we really want to help more people get this, dial this in, earn more revenue from their channel.
Mm-hmm. Peter says it's hard to travel here in Australia because of the mandates. I film as much as I can, spend a lot of time, and only use 3 minutes of it. Here's also another thing. If you spend the thing is, when a lot of YouTubers say this, they're like, I spent so much time on this video and I didn't get anything back. When you have that relationship with your videos, with your YouTube channel, it's gonna constantly eat away at you. If you are like, hey, I spent 5 to 10 hours on this, it needs to, pay me back an X amount of dollars, and you don't get that, then you're gonna want to give up, and then you're gonna want to let go of it. If you truly enjoy this, and you like creating the videos, go off of that. And if you have extra footage, repurpose that footage, do another spin on another angle of the place that you're viewing, or release it later on. Because the thing with YouTube channels is people are cycling through. People constantly come and go. And we often will release the same type of video with a different title, maybe change it up a bit, because we know that there's new people coming in and cycling through. So, don't think that that is a waste of your time and effort. Honestly, I know that people don't want to hear that. It's consistency, right? People don't want to hear that, right? But it honestly is. If you're consistent with your channel, it will be consistent with you.
Just curious, for those of you who do have a YouTube channel, can you put in the comments for me approximately how many hours a week do you spend working on your YouTube channel? Just roughly, it could be a range even, but just roughly, how many hours a week do you spend on your YouTube channel? And put in the comments, please.
Peter Dell says, great advice and very helpful. I really appreciate it. Your work. Well, we've been doing this since 2015, and it is our goal to help as many people as possible with their YouTube channel specifically, because you can make it work if you want it to. It's not, this cliche, it's not rocket science, but there are so many people succeeding at it that why not you? You just need to find your way of doing it, and you can have it. There's channels that are about rabbits and they make money. You know what I mean? You can too, especially with a tourist channel.
Oh yeah, so many great opportunities for a tourist channel. And it's really about systemizing your process. You just got to figure out how to systemize it so that you're able to pump that out, and you're able to keep going on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That's really the name of the game, is just staying in the game, which a lot of people do not. Honestly, they do not.
Roland's got a suggestion for you. Your channel name could be Your Australian Tourist Authority.
I like it. It's keyworded.
Yeah. Roland's all perfect. About the SEO and stuff. So right away when you look at that, it's
I know what your channel's about.
It automatically creates credibility. It's whoa, Your Australian Tourist Authority. Clearly you know what it's about. It's about tourism in Australia, and it does make it sound more credible, honestly, with the name. Teddy was in the Marine Corps. How long were you in the Marine Corps? I have no idea what that world is like, and I commend you for that, because I'm sure it was crazy. There's this author. Well, he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's a speaker, but David Goggins. He was, I think he was going in the Marines, and he in his book he described some crazy trainings and having to get into the program. He wanted to be the best, and it was intense.
Oh,
it sounded
wild.
Same.
I don't know anything about that world, but massive respect. I'm sure it's quite the personal development, professional development, skill development, like everything, all embedded into one.
Jojo said, it's been a
awesome.
fantastic week. Thank you for asking. That's amazing,
Glad
Jojo.
to hear that.
Always so nice to see you on here.
I suppose I'm 54 and retired, so I should be able to get more filming done. As you've inspired me today, excellent. I will get out there and film and challenge myself to succeed in YouTube.
You can. It's doable.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I think Teddy B is also retired, and Roland is also retired. So there you go. Like, you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Lisa. Yes, you ordered a duplicate.
You ordered that one already, and you didn't realize. I hate when that happens to me with like certain foods, and I don't check, and then all of a sudden I've got so many extra, and then it ends up going bad. So I know what you're talking about.
All good energy on our YouTube channels do come back to us.
It's true. I've posted this before.
What you put out comes back to you. Absolutely. I mean, that's like, and people feel that energy as well in your videos. They really do. Like whether you realize it or not, you are giving off a vibe, right? And when someone's watching that, they're receiving that, whatever that vibe is, that energy from you. So it does make a difference as well. So be mindful of that energy too.
10 hours a week.
So answers starting to roll in. 10 hours.
I enjoy making the videos. Earning money is a
25.
bonus. 20 to 25 hours.
Yeah.
Peter Dell, Teddy B. We have told this story many times, but when Teddy found this live stream, he was like at 19 subscribers. And I remember he was saying he wanted to get 3 more subscribers, something like that. And after a while, you know, I believe you got some energy off of this, Teddy, and he started doing his own videos about a specific kind of cryptocurrency that he likes talking about. And he ended up, I don't know what your subscribers is at now. I know you're above 5,000, maybe 6,000 subscribers, and you're earning an awesome amount of Google ad revenue per month. And he started off with 19 subscribers. You can totally do it. It's totally doable.
3.5 hours, Timothy says, but answering emails and inquiries another 2 hours per week from those YouTube videos. You mean you're getting those inquiries? That's great.
I was
going to say, that's like, you could probably pare down the 2 hours, but that's great that you even have these inquiries coming in from your videos.
That's amazing.
Is this and then here's another question for you guys. So with all of those, so Monica, you said 10 hours, Teddy, you said 20 to 25. Is this spending time working on creating and releasing one video a week, or what's your publishing schedule like? How many videos a week are you releasing?
I think Teddy does every day, or
I know
at least 5 days a week or something.
Yeah, Teddy does every day. Yeah, I know that. 6 to 8 hours
per channel.
So
double that.
All right.
Jojo says, I start working at 6 a.m. so you can imagine what I wake up.
So you're part of the 5 a.m. club, or maybe even earlier, right?
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah. It was tough for me waking up at those times. And I didn't prepare the night before. Like oh my God. It was...
Hello, Activate LA.
Hello, how's it going?
How has your week been? Think of YouTube channel 100 plus hours. Just thinking about your channel. That's a sign of obsession, and that's awesome, because I think, when you're really obsessed about something, you're going to succeed with it. Like, as long as you stick through it and just really become obsessed about it, learn everything you can about it, try new things, implement, take action, which I already see you doing, that's going to really pay off.
You have to make a declaration that you're going to make it work, because if you don't, then you kind of fall back and you're more likely to let it go. So when we started YouTube back in 2015, we had tried so many different things up until that point for 5+ years.
Yeah.
And I realized when we got to YouTube that we had something, even at 300 something subscribers, $0 being made, it was minus because we kept spending money to get new gear, and we weren't
Grow
making
the
anything.
business,
Yeah, we
basically.
weren't making anything. But I made the declaration that YouTube was going to be it. I felt it. I was like, video is it. I feel more comfortable on video. I'm not into writing. I'm not into blogging. I'm not into other types of monetization ways of making money, as we've tried many different things. We do still have some things right now, but YouTube, I was like, this is going to be the front line. This is going to be the thing. And we just kept doing it until it happened. And there's an abundance of free education out there. You can literally learn anything and everything. And it's just all about how badly you want it and if you're willing to do what it takes, because it's already been proven. It's the 4-minute mile. It's already been proven that the model works, right? Any model works. Any way of losing weight typically works. It's just finding the one that works for you. Same with making money. You can pretty much make money doing anything. Selling on Facebook Marketplace, doing Amazon, doing shirts, being in insurance, like whatever you want, you can make money at it. It's just like, is this the one for you, right?
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of when you first getting into entrepreneurship, you don't know that. That's a lesson that needs to be learned just over time. Like you try different things because you want to see what works, when in fact it's not the vehicle, it's you. It's you're taking yourself wherever you go, working on any project. So it's not that this doesn't work or this doesn't work. It's just putting in the hours. It's just dedicating your time, paying with hours. You're investing your time, you're learning, you're implementing. And that's why it's so important to do something that you enjoy the process of, the journey of, so that no matter what happens, you'll just figure it out. You'll just, if something specific doesn't work, you'll try something different and you will figure it out.
Activate LA. What about me? My name and image. What does it tell you? So just off of the name, I was thinking something to do with Los Angeles. Activate. I was thinking something to do with fitness, but then I look at your image and I see a microphone.
Podcast,
Yeah.
LA podcast based in LA. I mean, I got to think about it. It could be like singing, something to do with singing in LA. So I'm not entirely sure, just like instantly looking at your image. So do tell us more.
Please tell
Give us the answer.
Timothy says David Goggins was a Navy SEAL. Yes. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Something intense. And his audiobook, something intense. It was wild, man. Like it's like audio. You don't see anything, but the way it was being described, the training in the water. He was had a fear of water, but like you needed to do training in the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has a crazy story. If he can be successful, honestly, anyone can, because he had seriously the short end of the stick when it came to life starting out. Like from the very beginning, he had it hard.
People won't know who you are if you don't put yourself out there. Drive in everyone's lane.
Read that again.
That's the 10x spirit, Roland, right? That's Grant Cardone rubbing off on you. I think
read that again.
For you?
No, for everybody.
So people won't know who you are if you don't put yourself out there. Drive in everyone's lane. Grant Cardone wrote a book called 10x, and I know Roland's been reading it and is a fan of it.
Listening,
yeah, audiobook. And his strategy, Grant's strategy, is to be omnipresent. So being everywhere, 10xing everywhere, right? All at once. And when I read that book, like I loved it. I love that book too. It really like lights a fire in you to just get moving, to just realize how much more you can be doing. But I had to pair that book together with the one thing, because like there's no possible way that I can work on everything all at once, 10xing everything, you know. So unless you have the resources for that, like a team or whatever, this is why, like, what has worked for us is to 10x this one thing here, set it up, like go all in with it, and then you can, you know, once that has its own legs, then you can shift your focus over here, 10x this, give everything to it, you know. So it's like 10xing your one thing that you're focusing on for, it might be a month, it might be 90 days, it might be the entire year. It really is up to you. But that's what's really like worked very well for me.
That's something that we still to this day can continue to work on, is putting ourselves out there. Yeah. Like way back, we're like, hey, we need to be more loud. Like we need to stop being afraid of, we have products and services, and stop being afraid to sell ourselves.
Be more bold.
Yeah. And we've come a long way since then. And we still are wanting to work on it. Like just this past week, I was like, hey, I need to schedule at least 3 to 6 months of content on our new business Instagram at Essetino Media. If you're not following us already, I need to schedule some content on there for 3 to 6 months, at least 3 times a week starting off. And that's kind of like my goal right now, is to get that going, because I already have a year's worth of content on our YouTube community tab. I have 3 months of content scheduled in one of our Facebook groups. And so I'm kind of going from platform to platform. I'm not trying to do them all at once. I'm like going on one, okay, do a bunch of scheduling on there, next. And I'm kind of like rotating around. So that's something that I'm still working on to this day. And yeah, Grant is, he's amazing for energy. He is unlimited energy. He can, you just watch one video of his and you'll wake up. Speaking of being consistent and growth, I want to tell this story about this plant. I keep staring at it because I wanted to share it. So I'm going to just warn you, this is a very unique looking plant. It looks crazy, but don't be scared. So
don't be scared.
Yeah. This plant did not look like this initially. It was definitely more composed and did not have this many tentacles, okay? And I bought this last summer, and when I got it, I would water it whenever I remembered. So if I remembered to water it, I would water it. And that could be once a week. It could have been, I could have missed a bunch of weeks. And at first, it started to wither away, like the brown, right? Like it started to die, like it started to get dried up. And I was thinking, you know, it's the soil. Like I probably put crap soil. I didn't put top quality soil, or it's the pot or something. And I kept like blaming it on other things. And it just kept getting more and more brown. And I was like, this thing's going to die out. And, you know, there would be one time where I would pour in like a bunch of water and I'm like, okay, it'll be good for a bit. And then I wouldn't water it. And then recently, like very recently, like 3 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be consistent with this plant. And because I can't stand it when I see like a plant dying here. And I was like, I'm going to be consistent with this, and I'm going to water it on Monday and on Friday, twice a week. And it wasn't even a lot of water. And I started doing it 3 weeks ago. And I started noticing, like after the 2-week mark of being consistent with it, that it just started to explode and it started to go crazy. And it's like, it's so alive now. And I thought like it was the soil.
It's so interesting how
thing.
it looks kind of dead on the bottom, but it's so full of life on the top.
And it's still going. And I'm like so happy. Like this thing makes me so happy. And I'm like, wow, here I thought it was like dying and it was dead, but all it needed was like a consistent system.
You need another like great life metaphor for this plant, because I think there's one in here somewhere.
Oh, well, I was like, I really noticed it, and I just wanted to share that with everyone.
So Phil says, hard to work it out because I make stuff, and sometimes a video can take a week to finish, so it's all over the place. Okay. But I do at least 20 hours a week.
And there are some exceptions. I totally get that, you know, a physical video, you can't necessarily pump it and whenever you like, you know, like Monday, but then because, you know, a project might take so long to do. But I think that's okay, you know. It's cool that you get to make things on a consistent basis and you get to be creative.
Yeah, you're documenting, you know, these different projects, so it could totally vary. That's why I'm just really interested to know. I know, like, on average, people do say like above 10, so somewhere between the 10 to 15 range. And I mean, we've really honed our skill of producing content on a consistent basis and pumping that out and everything. So we're really working on creating content to help you guys systemize things, to help decrease those number of hours, but increase your productivity and efficiency with your channel at the same time. And I think part of it too is that, you know, a lot of people do spend a ton of hours a week, but sometimes on things that aren't necessary, you know, sometimes on things that you don't need to be focusing on. And it all depends on where you're at with your channel currently. Like everyone's on a different journey with their YouTube channel. And if you're over here, for example, you should be focusing on, you know, really honing in, releasing a video once a week. Or if you're over here with your channel, maybe what you're focusing should be is, you know, implementing strategies to make more money with the channel, putting those call to actions in. So your focus shifts as those foundational things start to get, you know, as you master those foundations first. So yeah, thank you guys for putting in the answers to that in the comments. That's really helpful.
Peter, 8 to 12 hours a week. I will go more after this motivational live. Awesome.
Love it.
One live stream for 2 hours. Lisa says, I have a couple more of in your Amazon cart and you're thinking of ordering a lot of them and you would like to sell them. You know, you could do that. You could do that. I also had a cool idea that I was thinking for myself is doing them and then putting them in unique frames and then selling them as art pieces.
Yeah.
Because there could be people that are like, yeah, I like the look of diamond painting, but I don't necessarily want to sit around and do diamond painting for a long time, but I like the sparkly look of it.
Totally. It's like a unique piece of art in itself.
I have one that I did that was gifted to me as it was like a Yorkie dog. And you know, people, dog lovers, right? You put that in a cool frame. I'm pretty sure I could sell that. Like, I'm pretty sure that I could sell that for, I don't know. It depends on the frame itself.
Titling it for dog lovers. And
yeah.
You know.
Or if someone has that exact dog, like the Yorkie thing.
Cool idea.
Yeah, you should totally do it.
What about this for a channel name? Pete's Australia Adventure Tours. Yeah. I like it. It's, you know, it's personal. It's not just like general about the Australia tourism.
Or what about, sorry, I was going to say, what about Australian
Adventure
Pete's
Tours?
Pete's Australian Adventure Tours.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. This is already, you know, so much more revealing of what your content is about, just looking at that name than your actual name. And you can consider as well, I don't know if it is a squirrel from Australia, but for someone who's never been to Australia, like, I don't know that that's indicative of Australia. So maybe you could also change your profile image if you want to something that speaks to Australia. Like as soon as you look at it, people know like this is what it's about. All of these things really,
they add up.
They matter. It's always about the small tweaks.
We've learned a lot about marketing, and that's why we've been updating and changing our own marketing as we've learned. In the last year and a half, we have dove into the psychology of marketing completely. Words, images, text, like what it says, what's the energy you're giving out. And that's why there's a lot of new branding that's happening on our channel. The way I write is differently in our emails, on posts, what I post. It all matters. It all adds up.
We literally breathe money, marketing, and mindset all the time. That is the life of Essetino Media. Daily update video, right? Plus 3 or 4 additional videos a week.
SEO is key.
That it is.
That's amazing. We're so proud of you, Teddy, that you've done this. And you know that you're in Florida living your retired life and you get to do YouTube videos. That's so cool.
Amazing.
Monica says 10 hours creating one video, each for 2 channels. You went from 19 subs to 32 subs. Keep at it, Monica. I'm excited for our meeting tomorrow and go over your progress thus far. Jojo said, oops, what time?
I think that's from her initial message of I started waking up at 6 or before 6 or one of those previous comments up there. I don't remember what it said. I read the 10X Rule. Great book. Yeah. I read that book as well, like a while ago when it first came out.
I have it in my my Audible library. Physical library and Audible library.
This one.
Activate LA. You are close enough. We're in LA. We do interviews with artists, singers, content creators, podcasts, and video reactions. You guys are good.
Nice. A bit of all of the above of what we said. That's awesome.
That's so cool. Amazing. I'll have to check your channel out.
Yeah.
Oh, you put this in there.
I did. While you were talking about call to actions and you said the Instagram thing, I was like, great time.
Mm-hmm.
I know, because we recently, it's very new, that account, and we haven't really promoted it around much. So yeah, follow us on IG. Yes, like you girls create 3 videos a week, 1 live per week in the community tab postings. Yeah, it inspires me. We
plus client work. We have
man, there's so many and. It really matters to just bulk produce. You need bulk systems. Schedule, bulk do this, like have a set day that you work on this. Like that is how we're able to do so much.
And I will say that we don't get it every single time, but it's most of the time. Like there will be times where I'm like, I don't feel like doing videos, and I won't, and it's fine. But it's what you're doing the majority of the time, right?
It's the majority, and also just getting back up. If you don't feel like doing it, just try it again next week. Like that's key. Is just don't get discouraged by the fact that you didn't say what you were gonna do. You just try again. Find a way that works.
Mm-hmm. Peter Dell, the plant represents a good message for our mindset. It shows the effort and energy you put into the plant will make it thrive. Great examples for a YouTube channel. Yeah, I was like, I didn't plan on that being a thing. I just didn't want it to die. And I was like, let me schedule, because I have systems for everything, right? Let me give this thing a system, and it's going to get water Monday and Friday. And I actually look forward to it now. I'm like, oh, it's Friday. Time to go around and water everyone,
By everyone, she means the plants in the house. They're like little beings.
Roland's saying, whoa.
I know. See, there is a story with this plant.
Yeah, let me show it again.
That's a YouTube video.
Look at this. I don't even know what this is. I just saw it. The thing with me and plants is I'll go, those outdoor garden shops, right? I'll just walk through and I don't even know what it is or what it entails. And if I like the look of it, I usually get it.
If it sparks joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually the weirdest looking ones. Those are the ones that spark joy.
I love the plant story. I know I'm having these like plant analogies these days.
You're connecting with the plants these days. Yeah. Seeing
Maybe
a lot of
analogy
metaphors.
isn't the proper word. What do you?
Metaphor. Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe.
that's a good one. That's a good one, Roland.
Monica says, sorry, what is diamond painting? So diamond painting is kind of like this like art project type thing. So I would suggest looking it up because it's going to be a little bit weird to explain. But it's basically like these small, tiny, circular, shiny pieces of plastic that have color on it. And
tiny gems.
You know, paint by numbers, where you paint the different colors with the numbers corresponding to the paint. It's basically like that, but with tiny little plastic things, and you stick them on. I would suggest looking it up. It is, if you're into art and being creative, what I do is I like to listen to a podcast while I'm doing diamond painting, and it's therapeutic. So I would check it out and maybe try one. It's like $20, $30, depending on what size of diamond painting you're getting.
Instead of paint by number, it's paint by diamond.
Yeah.
And then a cool photo, a cool image comes out at the end of it, sparkling one.
Here, let me actually see if I can pull up a photo.
A kangaroo.
For the profile.
Nice.
Right?
A photo of diamond painting?
I'm pulling up a photo of diamond painting, but kangaroo for Peter
yes.
Profile picture.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's a good one. You know, or the continent itself. Kangaroo is probably more lovable, more interesting for people to see. That's a great idea, Timothy. Thank you, ladies. Your channel's one of my favorite YouTube channels. That's amazing. Activate LA. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. I didn't actually even know what your channel was about. So I am, wanting to check it out. That's like right up my alley. Podcasts, artists, creative, or content creators. That's awesome.
It's hard to see, but let's try and zoom up. So there are these numbers on the canvas, and there's a tiny plastic that goes on each of them. So it's like that. And you have this like tool, and you are to color each one, and you literally just place it on there. But yeah, check it out. It's a unique form of art.
Finished number 7 of 8 items on my to-do list while watching this great live stream.
That's awesome.
Very cool. I love it. We're making you productive, Timothy, and being part of the 5 a.m. club, right?
I know. I really want to check that out now. Actually, I'm going to favorite it on my Audible so I can check it out.
Monica says, I agree. The story of the plant, it is a life story. Remember the story of the plant of dome? Yes, that's what I mean. That video really resonated with a lot of people that, remove the dome. And now we're just finding so many cool like analogies and metaphors for life, for work, from these plants. It's interesting.
This book is 11 hours long. Usually audiobooks aren't that long. It's got over 1,000 reviews. It's been out since 2018.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of people like listening to interviews and podcasts. People have mentioned it, that it's a great resource for entrepreneurs. Definitely on the list. Peter says, now the plan is a good idea for an upload. Explained how to put it in simple terms of growing your YouTube channel. Yeah, and each one of these, it's a video flourishing out into the webscape.
Webscape.
Grabbing life, grabbing, people back, bringing it back and giving you energy, giving the viewers energy. There's so many things you could do with this plant.
Yeah. And I actually painted this as well. Yeah. It was also I like doing random art projects every so often. So I also did that as well.
Looks like you have to create this video. There's demand for it.
You know.
Timothy says, and the 11 hours go by fast.
Oh, crazy.
Yes.
Well, I just put it in like my favorites to check it out. Add it to wish list. I have to play the sample, and if I like the sample, then I can go ahead and get it. But yeah, great discussion, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's just over the hour here. That went by really fast. Thank you so much for everybody participating and putting your energy out there. It's given me energy, and I do appreciate it. And I'm very grateful and appreciative for these Thursday evenings for us every week. We've done this now 84 times weekly, and that's pretty crazy.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening, for showing up. We look forward to hanging out with you again next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope you all have an amazing rest of the week. We'll see you then.
Last comment by Activate LA. Also check out the 5-second rule. That book is my favorite. I love Mel Robbins. I literally watch every Mel Robbins interview, even though she's kind of saying the same thing over and over again. I watch all her stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan.
Love it. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.